Hello everybody, welcome to the Italian Gamer Joe channel. It is I, Italian Gamer Joe, your favorite Italian streamer. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, however you happen to be watching tonight's stream. This is part 2 of Nancy Drew Lights Camera Curses. Once again, this is part 2 of Nancy Drew Lights Camera Curses. Also, tonight's stream is brought to you by Nancy Drew Games. They are currently having a sale on their website right now. The top 9 games with cooking fun. Enter the code COOKOFF22 at checkout and consider getting a discount on Nancy Drew Games today for the Cook-Off sale. Until July 18th, you can get 30% off any top 9 of the Nancy Drew cooking games. Just use Cook-Off code 22, COOKOFF22 at checkout. The games that are the top 9 are Midnight in Salem, Danger by Design, Warnings at Waverly Academy, White Wolf of Icicle Creek, Secret of Shadow Ranch, Sea of Darkness, Silent Spy, Shadow at the Water's Edge, and finally, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Consider getting a Nancy Drew game today for yourself or for a friend, a coworker, maybe even a little cousin or someone in your family that's never played the Nancy Drew games before. Surprise them with a Nancy Drew game that involves cooking. Maybe teach someone how to bake a cake like in Nancy Drew's Secret of Shadow Ranch, or make pancakes like in Nancy Drew, I can't, this is hard to break character, in Nancy Drew Midnight in Salem. No, but anyway, and hope you enjoy a Nancy Drew, the gift of Nancy Drew games. If you're gonna gift them, if you're gonna have fun with them yourself, just consider getting them for someone you know, someone you love. Also, we're getting a raid, and my sponsorship is getting completely thrown off here. All right. Let me get this raid out of the way. Hang tight, Monster Minty. Hang tight. I see you. Welcome on in, Monster Minty. Hope you're having a great night, and thank you so much for the raid. Thanks for bringing your party of 10 here to hang out with good old Italian Gamer Joe here. Oh no, Guava, I don't know if it's gonna work, Guava. I gotta fix the blurps. But I hope you're having a great night, Minty. What were you playing? You were playing Destiny 2. Nice. Fantastic game. For those of you that are here, welcome on in to the Italian Gamer Joe channel. If you don't know me, I'm Italian Gamer Joe, your new favorite Italian streamer. I play a variety of games, including Nancy Drew. Did I mention Nancy Drew? I play a lot of adventure games, notably Nancy Drew, and I love playing Nintendo, just mystery adventure games, story-based games, basically anything with a good, engaging story. I like puzzle games, anything to make you feel smart. I like games like that. If you have an adventure game like suggestion or something for me, I'll probably check it out because I just love adventure games so much. Like, I'm the channel of just adventure game realness. Like, if this were a RuPaul category and RuPaul would be like, category is adventure game realness, I'd be like, yas, come on in, let's do this. Nancy Drew. Ice Pagoda. But do you play Nancy Drew? If only you knew, Ice Pagoda. If only you knew. I've been playing Nancy Drew games for like 20 years. Like, it's ever since like 3rd grade, and I just still play them today. But yeah, welcome on in, Pedro, the Candy Girl, Guava, Tagomago, EMCU, Dognet, of course, the lovely, amazing, the Werewolf Hubby, Monster Minty. Well, technically, I'm the Werewolf Hubby. You're just the... Anyway. Caduceus Khan, welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're all having a great night. And Guava, thank you for giving those shout outs. For Dognet, Ice Pagoda, and M for, I'm just gonna call you M. But yeah, once again, Monster Minty, thank you so much for giving me that raid and for sharing your community with me. It's always so nice to see you. And once again, can you, Monster Minty, how was Destiny? Was it fun? Did you have fun with it? I really hope you had fun with it. Guav was like, we can all be werewolves. You know, funny coincidence. The Sims 4 released a werewolf expansion pack, and you can actually create werewolf Sims, and you can romance them. So, Monster Minty, if you ever get The Sims 4, we should just, like, do a werewolf stream where we create a Monster Minty, we create a Italian Gamer Joe werewolf, and then we just make them get married, and it'll be the Dognet lore come to life. Just come to life. And it'll be hilarious. We'll just do a collaboration. We will do the collaboration, and it'll just be, you know, that way, like, Dognet can be like, my lore is real. Monster Minty's like, I mean, sounds good. Monster Minty's like, it was. I played through the intro missions of a couple seasons ago because I forgot that I hadn't played my Warlock in a long time. Nice. Okay, so you're just catching up. You ever wish that, like, games could have a segment where, like, the game, like, checks how long you've played? So, like, and I'm not talking, like, a couple days or, like, a few weeks. Maybe, like, a month, maybe 2 months, and the game is just like, like, we see you haven't played the game in a month. Here's the controls, here's what happened in the story, here's the character you haven't used in a while, and we're gonna show you, like, what you missed, or, like, you know, and the game just puts you, like, into a tutorial. Like, I feel like that would be so cool. Or, like, if the game was, like, previously on your adventure in Destiny 2, and they just kind of, like, bullet pointed everything for you, like, you know, story-wise, and then they kind of, like, give you, like, a quick run-through of the controls. I think that would be so cool if a game did that, where it's, like, here's just, like, a quick run-through, and then, like, the game also doesn't, like, I think it'd be so cool because if I haven't played a game in a while and I come back to it, I think what's really cool is, like, I either decide if I want to, like, make a brand new game, or if I want to just, like, continue off my last save. But, like, I never know what to do, and then I end up, like, not playing the game because I'm like, do I really want to spend that much time, like, remembering what I did in the first place, or do I want to start a new game? And then I end up just deleting the game, and I'm like, you know what, I'm playing something else. They kind of do the little, but not very much. Like, usually just a blurb about the previous season. Okay, yeah, exactly. But I'm glad you had a good time with it, Monster Mini. That's awesome. And for those of you that are here, please consider giving Monster Minty a follow. He's an amazing streamer. His content is so much fun, and usually their streams are, like, chill, and it's usually, like, a chill place. It's a very chill spot. It's a very cool place to go, and Minty just has a very, like, it's almost like borderline ASMR with how chill his streams are. So if you're looking for something chill and fun and no judgment zone, like a safe space, amazing place to go. And his character is adorable. His emotes are so cute. So definitely go check him out. Waves at Fallout 4. Hello, my 15 different character saves. I'm just imagining you opening Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 is like, you haven't played in 2 months, and we don't know which character save to use. So, would you like to start another one? Like Fallout 4's. Would you like a 15th? But anyway, thanks again, Monster Minty. You're amazing, and it's been a while too. I agree with you. It's been a while, so I hope you're having a great night, and thank you so much again for bringing your peeps over here. And it's always an honor. And let's get that Sims 4 werewolf collaboration in soon. I'll be your imaginary werewolf husband. Tagomago says, I actually designed one of the emotes. Did you really? I didn't even know you were an artist, Tagomago. That's amazing. Well, Which one was it? I'll have to actually get the Sims 4 first. It's actually pretty cheap. I think Sims 4, right? Okay, the Steam summer sales, I think, had it for like $5 for the base game. I don't know, but then you'd have to also get the werewolf one. Guava says, I designed an emote to Joe refuses to art tag me. Guava, you're gonna have to show me after stream how to do art tags, because I promise you I can do it for you. I just need to know how to do it. Tago says, I make art for a living. I never knew that about you, Tago Mago. That's really cool. The more you know. The more you know. Tago, you'll have to like you should join my Discord and like share your artwork or share your like your work, because I would love to like support you and like your pictures or something, or just follow your content. That sounds amazing. But anyway, Guava, thank you so much for gifting a tiered 1 sub to Monster Minty. It's amazing. Minty, enjoy the emotes. Like, thank you, Guava. You're amazing, Guava. Mwah. Janie Z says, I make art as a hobby, woodwork and painting. Do you really, Janie Z? The more you know. I should just create a sound thing where I'm just like, Italian Gamer Joe. The more you know, the more you know, the more you know. Art? Who does art? I don't do art. The more you know. Tygo says, I'm actually thinking of making both an Instagram and Twitter for my art. You should consider it. Or maybe just like start with one. Start with one and then see how it goes. See if you like it. And then just, do the other. But just take it one step at a time and just have fun with it. You should totally do that. So anyway, for those of you that are here, tonight I am streaming Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses. This is a hidden object Nancy Drew game that is also made by the company that makes the Adventure Nancy Drew games. So same developers, just completely different type of game. It's more of like an arcade kind of game. It's more it's hidden object, but like not exactly hidden object, and we're gonna have some fun with it. And Guava says, or no, Monster Minty says, oh my gosh, Minty, I just called you Minster. I'm gonna spell that real quick. Minster, the Minster Minty, the Minster. But yeah, Minster says, I am super hungry, so I have to go hunt some noms. Much love, Joe. Have a great stream. Minty, thank you so much for coming in. Mwah, thank you again. Thank you. Guava says, yeah, the best thing about art socials is you don't have to look at the timelines, just upload. Yeah, exactly. Take some notes from Guava. Guava is the expert. Tago says, I'm tempted to do so just to give myself the fun push to do it. Minty's like, dog calls me the Mintinator, so you're not alone. It's so funny. Minty, we're all just gonna have nicknames for you. I'm gonna call you the Mintster. Dog calls you the Mintinator. You call me your werewolf husband. Tago says, Minster Minty. Head to the Department of Cuteness. EMCU says, if I push into you, will that help give you a final push? Oh my gosh. Janeezy, I'm so sorry. I can reject that and give you your channel points back. I have to copy and paste the blurb into the raid. So I'll give that back to you shortly. And then before we get started, really quickly, tonight's stream is brought to you by Her Interactive, the company that makes the Nancy Drew games. You heard me right. Tonight's stream is being sponsored by Nancy Drew Games, aka Her Interactive. Use the code COOKOFF22 at checkout on the Her Interactive website until July 18th, 2022, and get 30% off 9 of the Nancy Drew cooking games. You can get all 9. You can get a select few of them. It is totally up to you. But in my personal opinion, if you're considering buying a Nancy Drew game, consider taking advantage of this 30% off directly and support Her Interactive directly on their website. The games also come with an illustrated strategy guide, so if you purchase directly from Her Interactive, you will get a PDF strategy guide that you can use. The games on the Her Interactive site also have their own executable installation file, so if you do buy directly from her, you can store the game on a cloud service like Dropbox or OneDrive, Google Drive, iCloud storage. That way you always have the game and you never have to worry about getting it anywhere else. Of course, you can purchase the games on Steam, on Big Fish Games, on other websites as well. But if you support Her Interactive, you can get a 30% off discount today. enter the code cookoff22. So I'll write it down in the chat. The code is cookoff22. This is for the top 9 Nancy Drew cooking games. In my personal opinion, my favorite Nancy Drew cooking game of the entire list, I have two of them. The first one is Nancy Drew: The Secret of Shadow Ranch. In that one, Nancy has to bake a cake for a cowboy, and she has to learn how to do measurements. It's really fun and it's really adorable. Back when I was growing up, I had to learn measurements that way, and it's how I learned how to bake. My second favorite Nancy Drew cook-off game is The White Wolf of Icicle Creek. In that one, Nancy cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like omelets, hamburgers, and salmon for a variety of guests staying at a hotel, and Nancy is the chef. If she's not careful, she can burn the place down, so don't do that. But the food in that game always looked delicious, and I've developed an unhealthy obsession with omelets ever since I played Nancy Drew White Wolf of Icicle Creek. Whenever I go to a buffet that has like an omelet station, I always think about Nancy Drew, the White Wolf of Icicle Creek, and I'm like, just give me an omelet with everything. But yes, so once again, thank you, Her Interactive, for the sponsorship, and for those of you that are considering getting Nancy Drew games, definitely check out the website and consider supporting Her Interactive directly. Have a good night, MCU. Guava says, hope the rest goes well. Tago says, did you say White Wolf? That is correct. One of the Nancy Drew games is called Nancy Drew, The White Wolf of Icicle Creek. It's a really fun Nancy Drew game. Nancy is a chef and a maid, and she's in disguise trying to figure out who is causing deadly accidents at a hotel in Canada. The Nancy Drew game takes place in Canada, and everyone, according to people that have watched me stream the game, everyone has horrible Canadian accents. So if you want to laugh at some Canadian accents, then definitely check it out. It's I've heard some funny stories about how bad the accents are in the game, but the mystery itself is a lot of fun. So once again, thank you, Interactive, for the sponsorship. And for those of you that are considering it, this is a great opportunity to get into the Nancy Drew games, either for yourself or for a coworker, a friend, or someone in your life that you really care about. Anyway, without further ado, let us jump back to Nancy Drew. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and launch the game. Let's see. Lights, camera, curses. There we go. I was like, Canada. So we're gonna reload the save.
Well,
and here we are.
Cat's here, but this looks like the wardrobe room. Maybe
Candy Girl, you're amazing.
came from now.
Candy Girl, I'm waiting for it to finish.
Time to clean up that damn dressing room. Then you get to go make non-alcoholic juice drinks at the bar. Make me a hard-boiled detective for our anniversary.
Oh my gosh. Candy Girl, you are amazing. And Candy Girl, thank you so much, Candy Girl, for the 13
Darn,
months.
it's locked.
Candy Girl, thank you so much for the 13 months. Like, you're amazing. You're like one of my best gamer friends, and I cannot wait to play more Sea of Thieves with you at some point. I know I keep saying that we never play, but I cannot wait to continue to play Sea of Thieves with you at some point. And Candy Girl, I also cannot wait to record a Nancy Drew podcast with you, and we can pick some Nancy Drew games to review, and you can come on the show. Yes, you heard me right. I'm also doing Nancy Drew game podcasts where I review the games. And some lovely Nancy Drew streamers and community members are joining me in reviewing the games. Guava will be there, Candy Girl will be there, Meatra will be there. Tons of Nancy Drew community members and streamers are going to be joining me, and we will be doing Nancy Drew podcast, YouTube exclusive, and Spotify exclusive reviews. So I'm really excited for that soon. Candy Girl, thank you so much again. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. You're amazing. Tago says, Nancy Drew and the mystery of the multicolored wolves attending a convention. If you're going to sell it like that, I think it'll work perfectly. By the way, I like how this locker says Nick on it with an IK. There's a writer at Her Interactive. Well, I don't know if he's there anymore, but the writer at Her Interactive, his name is Nick, N-I-K. And I wonder if that was intentional, if they did an IK right here intentionally. If they did, that would be amazing. This is not from Molly. Let's look at it. To whom it may concern, this is the first movie I've ever worked on where I actually dread going to work. Every day something terrible happens, and there are black cats everywhere. It's obvious to me that this set is cursed. This film should be shut down before someone gets hurt. Tatiana. P.S. I quit. P.S.S. Thank you. I'm just imagining like that being Tatiana from RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, oh, so now we know where Tatiana from RuPaul's Drag Race went. To Nancy Drew. You just hear Tatiana in the background being like, thank you. Guava's like, sounds like the filming of the 50s Shades sequels. Oh man, not that. I think if you were to go full furry with the series, you'd have to rename her to Nancy Drew Woo. Drew Woo. Oh my gosh. That would be perfect. When they started drinking to get through their scenes. Oh no, not that. Alright, let's look around some more. A newspaper, an interesting article. Brooks has the looks, but none of Nefertiti's know-how. I thought it was going to rhyme, but it didn't. Not only was Nefertiti known for her great beauty, but she helped instigate major social change in Egypt during her lifetime, and it's quite possible that she enjoyed political and religious power rivaling that of even her pharaoh husband, Akhenaten. This woman was no ditz. Boo, Quava says. On the other hand of the spectrum is the woman playing Nefertiti in the new remake of Pharaoh. Sure, she's as gorgeous as Nefertiti was, but between you and me, dear reader, she's not exactly known for being politically savvy, if you catch my drift. I don't know if I buy the idea of Eda Brooks, of all people, playing one of the most powerful and intelligent women in all of history. Orion Cyrus says, Akhenaten. Thanks, Orion Cyrus. Tago says, wait, are you joking or did that actually happen? I guess we'll be the judges in a few short months, won't we? As long as all those accidents don't shut down the movie's entire production, but that's gossip for another column. By Lydia Lynn. Interesting. Alright, what else do we got? Guava's redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. Amazing. Okay, let's see. I can't find it. There's only one more object. Like, this is the funny part about Hidden Object, about this Nancy Drew game. You don't really know what you're looking for. You're just gonna hear like a sparkly sound. Oh, I just heard it. Another note from Molly.
Looks like the costumes are strewn everywhere. Maybe I'll put them away.
No problem, Tago.
I am the
Make
new
sure to put
production
all
assistant
costumes
after
away.
all.
Your mother doesn't work here. This is how we get ants. Look for clues. Oh, a notice from Molly.
For reference only. Ah,
These costumes
okay.
will be
Here's how
listed.
I can figure out which costumes belong in which lockers.
These costumes will be used in the theme park and must be in perfect condition. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not tall enough even if I jump. How tall are you, Nancy? That's too high. I can't reach it. Nancy's like, I'm just imagining Nancy trying to grab it and she's like, and then all of a sudden the shelf just goes, and then all of a sudden like everything just falls on Nancy. You just like all of the props and all the costumes just fall on Nancy, and you just hear like a like you just see Molly come in and she's like, Nancy, what did you do? And then you get the Nancy died screen. Yeah. And then it says the good news. Nancy died of embarrassment. The bad news. Nancy died of embarrassment. Alright, let's see. Which locker does this go into? I don't know. Nick's locker. The nameplate is unreadable. An empty locker. And girls like when a problem comes along. I like how this just says whip it. Whip it good. This literally every girl needs a tiara. What if a boy wants a tiara? All right, let's see. I can use this once I pick up. Okay. Nancy found whippets. She did. Can we open these lockers? We cannot open these lockers. Okay. Well then, I don't understand. How are we... Which locker does this go into? Which locker does this go into? Before the ice cream sits out too long when something's going wrong. Whip it. Whip it good. Oh my gosh. I was joking about the whipping, but literally Nancy is just straight up whipping these masks. I was not expecting that to happen, but Nancy just straight up whipped the masks. Quav was like, oh, I know. The first movie is the most competent because there was an actual crew behind the camera. The material was still bad, but at least it feels like a movie, unlike the sequels. Yep. Kenny Girl laughing. Nancy Drew, Devo fan. How do we get these lockers open? Like, it's not letting me use anything. MT, Nick, and then... Yeah, I wonder what we do with that. Hey, Pope Crash, welcome in. Well, I was like, kick him. Just kick him. And like, I can use this once I pick up.
I don't want to use this broom until after I'm done putting everything away.
But Nancy, how do we know which locker goes where? The game doesn't exactly make it obvious. But how did we know that? How did we know that was Nick's? I don't get that. Like, how did we know that that was Nick's locker? The game doesn't exactly make that clear. So when it happened, I was just like, wait, but why is that Nick's? Headgear for MT's costume. What? Put the costumes away based on the display. But what Oh. I still don't get it. I still don't get it, Candy Girl. Guava, don't do that. I still don't get it. Guava's like, that makes sense. Alright, let's see. Is it... I thought it was this one, but it's not. Is it this one? This is missing part of its costume? Oh. No! That was not the one. Damn it. They matched the cubby underneath. Exactly. And that's the part I missed. I wish I would have known. Okay. Alright, Nancy. Clean this place up. Time to clean up. Uh-oh.
The beads I found on the broken scaffolding match the ones on this Nefertiti costume.
Nancy's like, I fucking figured it out. A screwdriver. I like how Nancy's like, this has been used recently. How do you know it's been used recently? Oh, that's why.
This screwdriver was used to scratch out that nameplate. Looks like someone was upset.
This basically is the cleaning simulator. Ida. We did it.
Now let's clean up this mess.
She's literally cleaning everything.
Huh?
Oh no. She cleaned too much.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Gosh, you're Ida Brooks. Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the new production assistant.
Ugh, I was hoping you were the new wardrobe person. Ever since Tatiana quit, this room's been a disaster. I've lost 2 pairs of Italian shoes in here.
I
Oh,
saw
wow.
Tatiana's note.
2 Italian shoes. Nancy's like, well, shoes come in pairs. She was going to start her own movie. She wanted to become a farmer. She was scared because of the accidents. She wasn't getting along. I don't even remember this note. Was it this
She
one?
was really scared of the accidents.
I know, right?
All these people quitting. They're such wusses. So what if the set is cursed? Nobody's died or even gotten hurt. What the heck is their problem?
By any chance, is your costume?
Oh my gosh, Erin is rating me. Okay. All right. Let me save and exit. Let me quit. Let's go to the screen. Getting there. We're getting there. Erin, how are you? Hi. Let me get this raid started for you, and then we will continue. So hang tight. Welcome back. Welcome on in, Erin, to the Italian Gamer Joe channel, and welcome Erin's community to the Italian Gamer Joe channel. It is I, Italian Gamer Joe, your favorite Italian streamer. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, however you happen to be here tonight. Thank you so much, Erin, for bringing your community over here. That you're awesome. Can we get a shout out for Erin, please? For those of you that are here, please give Erin KC Gamers a follow. She is an amazing Nancy Drew streamer, and I've seen her play so many cool games. She's so fun to hang out with. She's amazing. The most recent experience that I've watched with Erin that I really, really enjoyed was when she acted out all of the Stay Tuned for Danger voices, and she did amazing. She did Nancy, she did Rick, she did Maddie, she did the prop room lady. Erin could probably voice an entire Nancy Drew game, and it would be amazing. I would buy that game. Erin should just recreate her interactives in Nancy Drew Stay Tuned for Danger and voice all the characters, and it would be the best game ever. It would be even better than the original. But anyway, please go give Erin a follow. She's hilarious. She likes to improv a lot, and she's funny. So definitely go check out Erin. I do love her content. She was last playing Nancy Drew, the White Wolf of Icicle Creek. I was just talking about that game. Erin, how was it? I know you probably have played it before, but are you enjoying the cooking? Erin, I was just talking about it, and I was saying how cooking omelets in Nancy Drew, the White Wolf of Icicle Creek, cooking the omelets made me obsessed with omelets. And I had a phase where I would make my own omelets, or I would just get omelets for breakfast all the time, and I would just mix and match, and I became obsessed with omelets. Erin's I've played it so many times on stream just by chance, and I honestly like it for the most part. Just sometimes gets tedious. Erin also says the burgers make my mouth water. The burgers look amazing. I also like how you could overdo the paprika. You can put an unlimited amount of paprika on everything, and the characters don't care. You can basically spill open the paprika and just flood it, and the characters don't care. They do not care how much paprika is on that burger. It's I noticed that. They love their spice. They really do. But yeah, once again, welcome on in, Erin and Erin's community. It's so nice to hang out with all of you, and Thank you for coming in here to have some fun with me playing Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses. For those of you that are here and you're one of my viewers, go follow Erin. She's really fun to hang out with, and we always have a blast on her channel. She's so much fun to hang out with. Erin says, I got alert, just did a 12-hour, but I appreciate you. Happy to. Yeah, absolutely. I saw your notification earlier today, Erin, because when I saw your notification, I was going to work. And when I saw the 12-hour thing pop up, I'm like, oh my gosh, Erin, I hope that you like survive it. I could not do 12 hours. There's no way I'd be able to do 12 hours. I get tired after like 2 or 3 hours. The longest I ever did was a 6-hour stream, and that made me exhausted. It's a lot. So I have to give you so much credit, Erin, for that 12-hour stream. Great job. Round of applause for Erin. But yeah, Erin, thank you so much again for sharing your community with me. And I hope you have a great night. Go lurk, go relax, go do what you got to do. And thank you again. Thank you for hanging out here. Pup Crash, I'm sorry about the redemption. You can redeem it on the gameplay page. I have to copy and paste it here, but I don't have it here. But I will absolutely bring the blurps to this page as well. But yeah, let's jump back in to Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses. But before I do that, I'm going to take a short break. During the break, you'll see a bunch of Italian Gamer Joe clips that will be playing that are just some highlights of my channel. When I come back, we'll continue playing Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses. But until then, feel free to check out some of my funniest and wackiest Italian Gamer Joe clips. So be right back. Oh my god. Oh.
Spaz.
That scared me.
Scared me.
Oh my god.
What a nice kitty. Don't do that.
That scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was scary.
Spaz.
There's nothing here specifically that we can look at. It seems like it's just a scenic area. But here on the fireplace, there is a bunch of stones we can push in. Wait a minute. Did I just enter it right? Did I just enter it correctly? Okay, did I just enter the code correctly? Like, imagine, like, being like, I'm a professional gamer. League of Legends? No. Fortnite? No. What games then? What game? Overwatch? No. Then what are you a professional gamer at? Hidden object. Like, imagine being like, I am Italian Gamer Joe, and I am a professional hidden object gamer streamer. I am a professional hidden object gamer.
Nature. In my next adventure, Trail of the Twister.
Forehead. Forehead is the first shot you see. Oh my god, that's amazing. Amazing. Apple bottom jeans. No. So it's interesting to me that I wonder if the higher rungs play lower notes. I'm curious to know if the higher rungs play lower notes. No. No. Okay, that's the first one. That's the first one. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Wait. Okay, these two have to be flipped. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. I'm gonna call him Beef. I'm gonna call him Burger because, you know, he's just got a big, thick, juicy beef that we just all love and we all want. You go ahead and zoom the camera in for a second. Okay. Here's how the scene starts. Ready? Welcome to Fixer Upper with Italian Gamer Joe. I'm Italian Gamer Joe, and I'm here to get ready to serve you some awesome homes that we are going to remodel. I am what I call the best in the business because I just serve the best kind of animal homes that there are on the market. I am just the best. The very best that no one ever was. So let's go in and let's have some fun and let's get started. Oh man. Okay. Oh no. No, what'd I do? No. Did the game oh no. I did not just almost close the game. What happened? No. Oh my god, my computer just freaked out. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god, not this. Did my game crash on me? Oh my god. So monkey tree. Did I break it? Not Guava, not like the no, wait, the game is still open. Oh my god, oh no, what's our time's up?
Excellent score. Now, here's what I'd...
Oh no, the game crashed. Did the game crash again? Oh my god, did the game crash again? Did the game... Sorry. You can use your fingers to zoom in if you want. You can use your fingers to zoom in on a phone screen. Welcome back, everybody, to the Italian Gamer Joe channel. It is I, Italian Gamer Joe, your favorite Italian streamer. We're going to jump right back into Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses, and yeah, we're going to just have some more fun with it. Guava's like, yo, Joe. Is that like a yo, Joe for a hi, Joe, or are you trying to get my attention? Like, yo, Joe. New follower, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, thank you so much for the follow, and welcome on in to the Italian Gamer Joe channel. Very nice to have you. Mwah. I don't know if you came in from Monster Minty's raid or from Aaron's raid, but welcome in, and it's nice to have you. And let's jump right back into Nancy Drew. Okay. Yes, we're on the right spot. Okay.
Who are you?
There we go.
Oh my gosh, you're Ida Brooks. Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the new production assistant.
Here we go! I was hoping you were the new wardrobe person.
Love it.
Ever since Tatiana quit, this
G.I.
room's
Joe.
been a disaster. I've lost 2 pairs
A real
of
Italian hero.
shoes in here.
I saw Tatiana's note.
And it was because of the accidents.
She was really scared of the accidents.
She was really
All these
scared.
people quitting. They're such wusses. So what if the set is cursed, nobody's died or even gotten hurt? What the heck is their problem?
Nancy's
By any
like,
chance
I don't
is your
know, I'm a little
costume-
sus. Needing a little tuck. I think your costume needs just a tiny tuck. Missing a bead.
Is your costume missing a bead?
Yes. Nobody can find the glue gun, so now wherever I go, I leave a trail of beads.
Do you get upset when you read those tabloid articles by...
Oh no, is it Lydia Lynn? Yeah, it was. It was
Lydia
Lydia
Lynn?
Lynn. I
What's
know
that?
my stuff.
Did they spell my name wrong? No, they spelled it right. Why would I get upset? It's free publicity. Actually,
Did they spell
there's
my name
2
wrong?
stories in there about me. Well, technically, the second one's about Lois Manson, but it's kind of about me, seeing as how I'm playing the part she played in the first Pharaoh movie before she bit it. Or should I say, before the snake bit her.
How did the nameplate on your locker...
Get all scratched up. Get all so shiny and nice. Oh my gosh. Imagine Nancy being passive aggressive. Imagine Nancy being passive aggressive and being like, how did the nameplate on your locker get so shiny and nice? And then she's just like, wait, what? And then Nancy's just like rubbing it with a towel and she's like, burr, 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 burr. And then Nancy's like, yeah, how did it get so shiny and nice? It wouldn't have been, you know, an amateur detective, would it? It wouldn't have been, you know, little old me over here. Would it have been? Get scratched up.
How'd it get all scratched up?
I don't know. It happened a couple of days ago. Apparently somebody doesn't like me. Although I have no idea why.
Like
I mean,
me.
As far as stars go, I'm nice as
Nancy
can
should be like, well,
So just
I don't know why anyone
buzz
wouldn't
off,
like
name
you.
scratcher outer,
Like
whoever
you.
you are.
Were you on the set?
Were you on the set when the scaffolding on the ramp? When the camera... Ooh. When the scaffolding collapsed.
Were you on the set when the scaffolding collapsed?
No. Just so happens I got a call from my agent saying to meet him in the
I know, right,
Casbah.
Guava?
That's the lounge near the hotel we're all staying at.
The
So I
Casbah.
went over there, and the next thing I knew, the crew came in saying there'd been another accident, and we were done for the night. Hey, you should head over to the Casbah and meet the people you'll be working with.
The
George is there.
Casbah.
George Jackson. He's the director. Me, I think I'll go lie down. Being nice all the time is exhausting.
We did it. Tago's like Nancy Drew in the visit to the human resources for creating a hostile work environment due to her sass. That's funny. All
I
right.
think I'll take Ida's advice and check out the Casbah.
Where is the Casbah? Like it's on, is it on the map? Oh, it is on the map. Okay. Club Casbah. Oh, it's like a full bar. Ooh.
Hey
I
there!
like it.
Are you the new production assistant?
Me? Oh, yeah.
I could really use some help here behind the bar. What do you say to taking care of a few of these smoothie orders?
Well, sure. Why not? This should be the perfect opportunity to hear some local gossip.
Local gossip rocking the Casbah. Time to make sure some delicious smoothies while you listen to some juicy gossip. Here are the smoothie orders you need to fill. You can make them in any order you want. Let's make this hard-boiled detective smoothie. What? It calls for 2 eggs and 2 orange slices. Your ingredients are bins up here. First, click to select eggs. Now click twice above the glass to drop 2 eggs in. Great, now select oranges and click twice on the oranges. That's all there is to it. Okay, okay. This time you'll see the glasses moving to the left on a conveyor belt. Try to fill the meter on the left side of the screen before you run out of glasses. Oh no. Okay, okay.
Did you know that Lois Manson's body was buried along with the original Pharaoh set?
Baloney. She's
Baloney.
buried in Westwood. I've seen her grave.
They buried an
Why didn't it
empty
work?
casket.
Why didn't it work? No! Oh no 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 no. Okay.
Maybe he slept on the set because his wife kicked him out of the house.
No, he was happily married. That's what drove
You what?
bonkers.
I know I messed it up.
I can't stand
Okay.
snake wrangler guy,
The snake sure seemed to like him.
which is exactly why I don't.
Ever get cold all of a sudden when you're on the set? You know,
These voices are, by the way, are Bess and George and
You
Ned.
too?
all the time.
These voices are Bess, George, and Ned.
Cursed. I think it's haunted.
Have they put dog biscuits on the menu yet? I've been
Bye,
stuck
Ryan
in
Sires.
this
Thank you so much for
ever
coming
since
in.
Patty
I'm
left.
gonna continue making
So fun
drinks.
getting all your nutrition
Orange
to a straw,
Julius,
let me tell ya.
really?
I heard when that snake bit Lois Manson, she didn't so much as gasp. It killed her so quick. You hear about the black cat?
What about it?
The black cat.
First AD saw it
Hear
run
about the
off from
bla-
Hunt.
You hear about the black
Our
cat?
fearless director over there sure looks happy.
It's the rattlesnake he's drinking. Can't get enough of them.
What's
I never
in
knew
those
either.
things Anyway,
Blueberries, orange slices, and peanut butter. Always served with a snake rattle swizzle stick. You ever want to have a nice long chat
They
with
sound
George
yummy.
Jackson? Just put a rattlesnake down in front of him.
And it's called a
he'll open right up.
Orange Julius.
That's a good tip. I need to meet George Jackson. 1 rattlesnake smoothie for George. Coming right up.
Nancy's like, I put a real snake. Nancy's like, I put a real snake in here.
There we go. My favourite thirst quencher. You must be the new production assistant, Nancy Drew. I'm George Jackson, director of films, lover of rattlesnakes.
Nancy's like, this one's real.
I hear Arthur Hitchens is...
My dad bought me one of those tequila bottles with a snake and oh my gosh, that's crazy. I heard Arthur Hitchens is Your boyfriend? I heard he's your BFF, your boyfriend forever. I heard you're having a gay romance. I heard it's going to be a Netflix special for 10 episodes. Can I star in it? Really making you angry these days. I heard you needed some anger management courses. Guava's like, hey Ariel, to see you. Welcome on in. Also, my voice cracked. I'm like, hey. Hope you're doing well, Ariel. Thanks for giving Ariel the shout out. Ah, yes, George Jackson, director behind Lord of the Ringlets. That's funny, Tago.
Any other pearls of wisdom?
I don't.
Whatever you say.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Arthur
I got
Hitchens
it.
is really
How are
making
you, Ariel?
angry these days.
That's not true. I swear, if the members of this crew were half as good at working as they are at spreading rumors, we would have wrapped this picture.
This guy
2
sounds like
weeks ago.
Colin from Phantom of
I
Venice.
don't know who told you that, but Arthur Hitchens and I get along just fine.
Will your version of Pharaoh be similar to the original Pharaoh movie?
No.
My film will be nothing
My
like
film
the
will be
cheesy,
nothing.
overwrought monstrosity classic studio spewed out 75 years ago. My Pharaoh will
My
be
Pharaoh.
spectacular in every sense
It'll be
of the word.
amazing.
I do intend to shoot the
I think he
climactic
might be.
death scene in exactly the same way.
Well, he's
Shot
he's
for
wearing a
shot
cowboy
as the
outfit.
original director. You know, as a kind of intellectual exercise. But even then, I guarantee you there will be no mistaking.
Actually, he
my
kind of
work
sounds like the Johnny Roll voice.
I hear Ida.
Is your BFF. Has been rewriting the script. Is too smart for her. Can be hard to work with. That's it.
I hear Ida can be hard to
Doing
work
well,
with.
just hanging out
Directing
and
Ida has
trying to beat
been
this
a
game.
challenge, but fortunately I love challenges. Thus I love Ida. Every
Thus I
self-centered,
love Ida.
scatterbrained, ophidiophobic square inch of her.
Ophidiophobic?
She's afraid of snakes. Something she conveniently
Hey, Brutus,
failed
welcome
to
on in.
mention until
I think I saw your
after
name
signing the
earlier.
Contract. See, the climax of the film happens when her character, Nefertiti, tries to murder someone using a poisonous snake. Which means to shoot that scene, Ida has to be ready, willing, and able to hold a live snake. Non-poisonous, of course.
What if she won't do it?
Oh, she'll do it. Like it or not, Ida is going to do that final scene just like it was done in the original.
Why do you think this production of Pharaoh is...
What if Ida was the culprit because she didn't want to hold a live snake? Ida's like, I'm going to cause all these accidents because I don't want to hold a live snake. Tagomago's like, all the Aussies in the chat be like mad and shaking their heads. Steven Spielberg. Doing so well. Oh my gosh, the shade.
Why is this production having so many accidents?
Molly McKenna, the mad course cutter. It's her fault. Anytime you have a producer whose first concern is money and last concern is safety,
Last
what do you
concern.
get? Accidents.
So you don't believe...
Would it be accidents or accidents? Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know any. I don't know my accents. So you don't believe in any curse? That Molly is actually the nicest person in the world?
You don't
Some of
believe
these are
in
really
any
funny.
curse?
All I know is... Sometimes it seems like that lady is deliberately trying to sabotage her own shoot.
I'll let you get back to your rattlesnake.
For that, I thank you.
I'd sure like to get Arthur's take on all this.
Accidents.
Maybe I'll head over to his office.
So now we're going to Arthur's. Oh, I wanted to stay longer at the bar. Alright, we achieved Rookie Investigator. Or is it Occidents? I'm just kidding. I'm not Aussie, but
Looks
I'm
like
98%
Arthur isn't
sure
here,
it's not
which means
Occidents.
it's a good time to snoop for that decoder.
Thanks, potato parts. Alright, our new mission is to snoop around the office. A screwdriver. I'd like to see what's in this hat band. Can we look at it? Is it a key? A chalk mess. Can we look at the box? Ooh, it's a puzzle box. We have the key here. What does it give us? Let's look at it. A duffel bag. I could open it. Can we use your hands? What is that? A brush? Oh, can we brush the chalk? Wait, what? Oh, it's fingerprint powder. Okay.
Now I can see which buttons have fingerprints on them. I just need to figure out which buttons get pressed first.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the one that's pushed first has the most residue. The second one would be the second pushed, and then until it's nothing.
All
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
got it open.
And then let's look inside it. To whom it may concern, take a good look at the poster for what's sure to be regarded as my masterpiece. Then use this to follow my trail. The truth awaits. J.B. Collingwood. The location of the decoder can be found within Poe's Telltale Heart. Ooh, Edgar Allan Poe reference. Can we look at it? I then took up 3 planks from the floor of the chamber and deposited all between the scantlings. I then replaced the boards so cleverly, so cunningly, that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing to wash out, no stain of any kind, no blood spot whatsoever. Interesting. So it's a reference to Edgar Allan Poe, and Nancy needs to pry the floorboard up. There's something under here. Can we use the flashlight? No. Can we use our hand?
This must be the decoder that was missing from that crate on the set.
Well, we found the decoder.
I bet each hieroglyph in the note represents one letter of the alphabet. I just need to match letters with
Right, Guava.
hieroglyphs.
The Ruler of the Nile is the title to this, a film in a new style not easily dismissed. Oh, interesting. The famous Nile princess that Lois Manson played, her life was a success, her name will never fade. To intercept it, we'll need to show who sat on the throne in a movie well known. So these are riddles. Welcome on in, Tina. Buonasera, come va? Molto bene, Tina. Ciao, ciao. Mwah. How are you doing, Tina? Can we get a shout out to Tina, please? Thank you for giving Tina the shout out. For those of you that are here, go follow Tina Balducci. She's an amazing Nancy Drew adventure game streamer, and recently she's been making some really funny Nancy Drew themed reels on her social media. So please go check out Tina. She's hilarious. Tina, I love the reel you just made of the one where you're looking at your phone and like you're waiting for Nancy to call you because you're Ned and you're playing that song. Oh my gosh, I was laughing my ass off. It was so funny. Please go check out Tina. Tina is hilarious, and she's probably one of the coolest Nancy Drew streamers like ever. She's so fun to hang out with. She's divine. No, but seriously, go check her out. She also did a Nancy Drew review stream with Guava Jagular and me, where she helped us review Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies. And it was a lot of fun, and we are hoping Tina will come back to help us review other games. She's really funny and so cool and fun to hang out with. So yeah, go check out Tina. Guava's like Nancy Drew and the Sexy Greeks. Moom, the streamer is talking about Weird French again. Also, I just realized you were trying to say mom and not moom. Tago's like, oh great, moom, moo. Tina's like, next we're going back to high school. Great. Although also Tina has her own podcast called Real Housewives of River Heights, and she is and her Nancy Drew friends also review their own games. So check that out. Review their versions of Nancy Drew like reviews. So go check that out too. Tago's like moo. Tago moo. Okay, I challenge any of you that if you live at home or you live with your parents, to call your mother Moon. See if she responds to that. Moon. Okay, I'm done. Guava's like, are you saying to no, because Guava, you're the cow, because if whoever's doing the mooing is doing the cow, because you have to, if you're gonna moo, you're gonna, you're the cow, right? Get it? It's the other way around. One kid's like, the answer is 86.94. That one kid, the limit does not exist. Brutus says, only thing to do is jump over the moon. Meek. Now, I see it as Mick, like Gottmik from RuPaul's Drag Race. Gottmik. The Ruler of the Nile is the title to this. A film in a new style not easily dismissed. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7-letter word. I feel like I should know this. In order to find Molly, I don't know what. Oh, come on, Susan, you still look good. Yeah, you still have it. Moo. Well, where's the wine? That's funny. Gottmik. Wait, is that a joke? No, it's Gottmik. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how to do this. I could force it. These are riddles. The famous Nile princess that Lois Manson played. Her life was a success. Her name will never fade. The famous Nile princess that was she playing Nefertiti? Let me check real quick. Let's see. Where's the I? Or the N. Well, the I symbol. Yeah. Are you an N? Okay, that was right. And then the thing with the 3 leaves. Let's see. Where's the E? Oh, it is. It is. Okay. I had a feeling. Okay, now N-E-F would be the leaves. N-E-F-E. And then the pyramid, I'm guessing, is R. N-E-F-E-R. And then it's Nefertiti. T-I-T-I. So are you a T? And then the I would be the bird. You're the I. It's like I'm playing Wordle. I am playing Wordle. What's the name of the film they are currently filming in this film studio? Pharaoh. They're playing Pharaoh. So it's Pharaoh then. Right? It's Pharaoh, right? Like, is it in a joke like based on the like they're like, is it like Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, but in this case it's Pharaoh? That's what I thought they were joking about. Let's check. P-H-A-R-O-A-H. Yeah, that has to be it. That has to be it. I never fished game before. It might be an opportunity to finally know who's on it. Yeah, Tina. It's really fun. I'm liking it so far. Okay, this one looks weird. It looks like a bowl or something. Thanks for the hint, Candy Girl. P-H-A would be like the weird... Yeah, this one. And then the eyes... P-H-A-R-A-O? Wait a minute. This is spelled wrong. P-H-A-R-O-A-H. Wait a minute. This is spelled wrong. It's P-H-A-R-O-A-H, not A-O-H. Did the game spell it wrong? I think they spelled it wrong. Goobon Jetpack. Hey, Goobon Jetpack, welcome on in, and thanks for giving Goobon Jetpack the shout out. Wait, Goobon Jetpack, you never played this one either? Oh my gosh, Goobon Jetpack, go buy it. Go buy it now. Yeah, it's P-H-A-R... No, wait a minute. No, it's P-H-A-R-O-A-H. Isn't it? Wait. I'm Googling this. P-H-A-R-O-A-H. Am I crazy? What? Wait. No, wait a minute, but I'm Googling it, and it's saying, like, thefreedictionary.com is saying P-H-A-R-O-A-H, and it's coming up. Wait a minute, no, it's flipping it. No. Oh my gosh. It is spelled P-H-A-R-A-O-H. I thought it was... Oh my gosh, I've never knew... It's P-H-A-R-A-O-H. I've always thought it was P-H-A-R-O-A-H, but it's actually... It's... Wow. Club was like, I mean, Pharaoh looks wild. Weird. Yeah, it does. Now that I'm seeing it, Guava, on the screen, it looks like Pharaoh. But no, oh my gosh, my mind is blown. Now they both look weird because we've been saying it so much. Taco's like Pharaoh. Tina's like Fifi O'Hara. Fifi O'Hara. That's my favorite. Can we just say Fifi O'Hara, please? Tina with the drag race. Skin Girl's like either or. The world may never know. Gooba, you should play it. Also, go follow Gooba and Jetpack. They are so funny, and their streams are just hilarious. Like, please go follow Gooba and Jetpack. They are so funny. You could tell me it's spelled Pharaoh, and I'd be like, cool. Gooba and Jetpack, how's the convention? Did you end up going to that convention or something? How have you guys been? Okay, well, anyway, let's just go ahead and finish this up. So the I's is the O. All right. And then finally, we have this one. To intercept the stone, it will need to be shown who sat on a throne in a movie well known. Lois, right? L-O-I-S. Is it Lois? Lois Griffin. And bingo was his pharaoh. Is it Lois? Let's check. Where's the turtle? I was right. It is Lois. I was right. By the way, the user interface in this game is stupid. Like, I'm in this Central Time. Gooba says the convention was cool. I'm glad. Look at this notebook. So, like, you have this section, which is, like, the progress report. Then you have the map. But then the map, like, why not just keep the map on the journal? Like, they make you go back this way. Then they have the notes. But the notes are weird because, you go to the note section, and then it, like, shows you the journal entry and then the evidence. But, like, some of the notes are audible notes, but how do you get to the... They make them in the extras. So, like, I don't know. I'm just a little confused why they did it like this. It's a little confusing to me. Like, I don't know. This is just really confusing. And then this is, like, a tutorial. I think they over-stylized the journal a little bit too much because this is, like, really confusing. Nancy's notebook is just a scrapbook. Okay, where's the vase? Here it is.
Hey, there's a voicemail. Maybe I should check up on who's been calling Arthur.
Wait, we did all that for a voicemail?
Hi, Arthur, it's me. I was just wondering if you needed to talk.
It's me.
I take it you're Arthur Kitchens?
Why does he look so...
No need to
They picked a
apologize
weird
for
static
breaking
face
into
for
my
him.
office. It's exactly what I was hoping you'd do. It proves that you are indeed up to the task at hand, which, unbeknownst to Ms. McKenna, is the real reason I suggested she hire you. Here.
Good night, Bob Crash. Thank you so much for coming in.
I found it in the janitor's closet. It's an old lock-picking kit. Take it.
Great. I bet this'll come in handy. I hear you intend to build.
What is with the static face? Like, he looks so spooky with the static face like that. His voice sounds so familiar. I don't know. I wonder what his voice is from Gooba and Jetpack. I wonder. Ariana says, ooh, this game looks like so much fun. It is fun. It's from Her Interactive. I liked this game, okay? I liked this one and Resorting to Danger. They are fun Nancy Drew games. And they may not be Nancy Drew, but they are still Nancy Drew games, and they are still a lot of fun. Tagumago, I hoped you break in, says nobody. Oh, Ariana, I didn't know that you're a streamer. Thank you for giving Ariana the shout out. Tina's like, my ADHD could never handle this quiz. I know, right? I've gotten a few wrong. I heard you intend to build another theme park.
I hear you intend to build another theme
Hey,
park.
Chaz,
right
welcome
here.
on in.
That's correct. The fact that a promising starlet died while shooting a movie here, the fact that the set was buried immediately after the film wrapped, the fact that a new version of the very same movie is being filmed in the very same place. Combine these elements with state-of-the-art attractions, and I believe the public will flock to
He looks like him.
Arrowland by the thousands.
When you said the real
It kind of
reason
looks
I
like
was
him.
hired,
Ariana says, I swear you've rated me. That's how I'm following you. Or came in with another raid, I suppose. It could be. It could be. Good night, Tago. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been a blast hanging out with you. Thank you so much for coming in and giving us your fantastic commentary. Have a great night. Mwah. Guavo's Redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. Nancy's like, it wasn't to make smoothies, was it? It wasn't to get electrocuted by the statue, was it? It wasn't to spy on Molly, was it?
it wasn't to investigate all the accidents, was it?
Few people know this, but the version of Pharaoh
I
that
still
was shown
can't
in
believe the
theaters
spelling of
back in
Pharaoh. It's
1937
mind-boggling to me.
Was not the version the director shot. Much of his footage, the scene in which poor Lois Manson met her demise in particular, was somehow lost. Were it to be found, it would be incredibly valuable publicity for my version of the movie.
And you'd like me to try to find it?
Correct. I have reason to believe that the director hid the missing footage somewhere on the set of the original movie just before the studio bulldozed over it. If that footage really is down there, Nancy, I want it.
That director, was his name by any chance?
Okay, so sometimes the quizzes in these sections are like easy, like super easy. Like it's like doing an e-learning online and it's like question 1. What is 2 plus 2? -1. Pi. The number 7, but like written out SEVEN, and then like 4. Like sometimes the questions are really easy, and then the questions now are like ridiculous. Like I have no idea what the name was. Is it in my? It's in my notebook probably somewhere. ZB Collingwood. That's it.
Was his name ZB Collingwood?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, right, Guava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever's been causing these accidents is trying to shut down my production so they can look for Collingwood's lost footage. Nancy, I think you have what it takes to find this lost footage.
I know,
I
right?
suggest you head over to
Oh,
the
it is
Hotel
Dr.
Maltese.
Burford's voice
I'm
actor.
keeping
That's
the
awesome,
cast
Kenny
and crew
Girl.
there with strict orders not to talk to the media. I suggest you start your investigation in Ms. McKenna's room.
Your producer Molly? She's a suspect?
Make no mistake, Ms. Drew. Everyone is a suspect.
But yeah, Gooba and Jetpack, you should really consider getting this game on Steam. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this game. It's a lot of fun. All right, time for the matching. And I'm screwing this up royally. The 100 was here. You were the 10. You were the 10. Okay, now it's getting bigger. Okay, you were the 25. Oh, okay. You're the 75, you're the 50. Okay, you're the 50. Okay, now we have more matching. You're the 100. Okay, you're the 70. No, wait, you're the 75. Oh my gosh, you're the 75. You're the 250. No, you're the 250. You're the 50. The 250. Oh, I got 250 right in the nick of time. I got 250. Tina's like, that's why it's so familiar. I wonder if this game was inspired by the making of the 1963 Cleopatra. It might have been, Tina. I don't remember the details, but the set of that movie was a big old mess. Maybe that's why they based it on this game. New goal. Find Molly's room. A beautiful cane. A key card. Poor plant, you look thirsty. A severe lack of water. Candy for guests. Could Molly's room be listed here? A movie poster. A lock picking. Nancy can't pick it. Oh, we got Lydia Lynn again. Star Secrets, how celebrities hide in plain sight. To be constantly swarmed by crowds of people and surrounded by blinding flash bulbs is enough to send even the most attention-hungry celebs into hiding for a time. Here's how some of Hollywood's elite take cover in their own backyard. I know, right, Tina? A 4-hour movie. Star incognito, wearing sunglasses, wigs, sometimes even a prosthetic nose is what it takes, where no one knows your name. Using a relative's name or a completely fake name, I've heard of one young star, but I won't say who, that creates a new alias for any place he has to register by scrambling the letters of his own name just for fun. Twin spin. Using a look-alike to fool the fans is not unheard of and can be quite effective. So just remember, that girl who looks almost like Eda Brooks might just be her, or her stunt double. Happy hunting, autograph hounds. Nancy's looking in between cushions, and she found a key card.
Wait, I need to figure out Molly's room number before I go up.
Nancy needs a disguise. There's no one here, Nancy. Why do you need a disguise? Also, this fountain is broken. And there's one more object. A candy. Where does this belong? Does it belong here? Nancy sees something in the jar. In an effort to conserve water, the lobby fountain will be timed to the clock on the opposite wall to run only between the hours of 12 and 8 p.m. She can't reach the clock. Are you serious? Nancy can't reach the clock. Can she use the cane? Okay, so she got it to work. Nice, cool water. Wait, I thought this plant needed water. Oh, we have to put the water in the thing first. Oh, okay, now we can water a plant. What did it uncover? A glass eye? Something is missing. The fish is. The fish's mouth is open. Can we put our hand in it? Can we look in the fish's mouth? Oh, there's a key in there. Okay, we can use the key here. We have an old. Okay. We have a costume we're wearing. But we need to figure out which room is Molly's. I know, right? Ghost Trick was so much fun. So Molly McKenna's room. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to figure out what the word Molly McKenna is as an anagram. So Molly McKenna switched up her name as an anagram, and I think it might be this one. Molly. I think it's Kelly M. Yeah. Because
Molly's
it's an
staying in room
anagram.
614.
And then what was this for the original pharaoh? We're looking at something
It
now.
looks like there are hieroglyphs all along the edges of this old movie poster. Let's see if I can decipher them.
Well, how are we supposed to do that? Directed by Z.B. Collingwood. Oh, I get it now. So this is F. This bird is I. This I is N. This shower symbol is D. A time in Hollywood where they didn't have Twitter or Instagram, so we didn't have to read their cringy thoughts. Time before Notes app apologies, right? We have this. I love how you can zoom, how it zooms in for you. T. I'm guessing this is an H, or maybe it's not. Is it S? No, it's not an S. No, it's an H. E. The I again, I think, is... Where is it? And then we have this leaf thing, A. The two leaves is J. This thing. This again, which is... Why can't I find it? It's the H. This one again. The two leaves, which I just found before. And then the 3.
What in the world does Neja Haje mean?
Find the Neja Haje. Nancy's like, what the hell's the Neja Haje? I've never... This game is so wild. Find the Neja Haje. Okay, we did it. We did it. Back to the game. We got the new lockpicking kit. And now we have to do another lockpicking minigame. I love these cutscenes. So basically we have to do this puzzle, and it's basically the same puzzle from the last time, but it's more intense. Okay, let's see. And then we have an orange one here, and then we have orange, yellow, orange, and then 2 yellows. Sorry, it's hard to read chat and do this puzzle because it's timed, so I'm trying to be quick about it. This puzzle kind of reminds me of, oh shoot, I could have solved it. This puzzle kind of reminds me of Lumines. Have any of you ever played or heard of Lumines? It's a really, really fun puzzle game that I am, like, obsessed with. Is this one of those coffee pod machines? I know, right? Don't worry, I'm just being a goober. Alright, look at Molly's room. She, like, really keeps everything opened and out of just everywhere. I can take some fresh batteries out of here. Oh my god. Not Nancy being like, I'm gonna take batteries out of Molly's toothbrush. Games like this remind me of the Orb Blast or whatever. Right? I wonder what Molly's been watching. Like, these notes are hilarious.
Here we go!
The batteries are dead. Well, we're gonna use the toothbrush. I guess we can't use the toothbrush. Oh, we have to take it first. Now we got the batteries. And Molly watched enough TV to kill the batteries in her remote. That is so much shade. A program schedule. All I see is a list of shows and different times. Nancy's like, I wonder what she's been working on. Stalker Nancy. Password, of course. Well, we don't know what the password is yet. This still has some water in it. Well, we're going to have to put it in the iron. And then we're going to have to use the iron on the envelope. Wait, what? Oh, she needs steam first. Can we turn the iron on? Jeez, we have to do everything for Nancy. Like, Nancy's like, no, I can't do this yet. I have to turn it on. Like, Nancy, really? Really, Nancy? You're gonna make you turn the iron on? Don't start a fire. Don't start a fire, Nancy. Don't burn the hotel down like last time. Now, what's in here? Kids these days and their screens. Please remit $75. Miss McKenna, although we appreciate your repeated business in helping you restore your computer access, if you want to avoid locking yourself out of your laptop again, we suggest you write down your damn password in a safe place. You may not even want to break up the password into 2 parts and keep them in separate locations so that if someone accidentally finds one part, your security won't be compromised. Who would want to do that? Jeez. Oh no. That means that her password is going to be in 2 different places. A card. There's something written on it. Did you forget again? Don't kick yourself. Just remember your favorite 10 p.m. show on Channel 6. 10 p.m. show on Channel 6. 10 p.m. Channel 6. Dex. Is Molly watching Dexter? Maybe you should hide your password behind a complicated and needlessly long puzzle. I spelled Dex wrong. I put D-X-E. If you want to remember your password, make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ariana, thank you for the lurk. Okay, well, that's half the password. Now we just need the other half of the password. The pen. This isn't just a pen. Then what is it, Nancy? What is it? Okay, why is taking and looking so complicated? There's something stuck in the cap. My fingers are too big to get the paper out. It's time to take a look in here. What does it say? Drawing a blank, Molly? Don't stress. Splash some hot water on your face to help you remember. Oh no. The hot water tap. It's fogging up the bathroom. Rolo. Dex Rolo. Oh no, wait a minute. It's Rolodex. Dex Rolo. I think we got it. I think it's Rolodex. Wait, is it Dex Rolo? Oh, we have to combine it. That's why. Rolodex is the password. I'm like, it's Dex Rolo. Yoda, damn it.
Oh my gosh. Molly is researching the lost film footage. I'd better let Arthur know.
Also, what year is this in the game? This website looks horrible. The Pharaoh Files, the premier website dedicated to Pharaoh, starring Lois Manson. New Pharaoh movie, accidents galore. Lois hasn't given up the ghost, if you know what I mean. Missing, the jewel of Karnak. The director's lost footage. Could it be somewhere on the old lot? Lois Manson. Why is Lois Manson missing? Does her ghost haunt anyone who watches the movie? The snake. Interesting. I don't think we're gonna get this special ending. Talk to Arthur.
Nancy.
Well, we're back.
Making progress.
No.
You may be right about Molly McKenna. I checked out her laptop, and the last website Molly visited was...
The Dicercast is like, Dex Rolo is definitely the next Star Wars protagonist. Can you just imagine being like in the room for like discussing that, and they're like, we have the next Star Wars character. Who is it? Dex Rolo. Excuse me. That is genius. Genius. Okay, it's the Pharaoh Files.
The website she visited was Pharaoh Files. She definitely knows about the lost footage.
The Pharaoh Files. Nothing but a gossip board for misguided conspiracy theorists.
Just like the Her Interactive message
that
boards.
proves Molly is aware of the existence
Just like
of
the Her Interactive Nancy Drew message
has
boards.
More access to the set than anyone. Causing accidents would be child's play for her.
Nancy's like,
She
excuse
seems
me?
to spend an inordinate amount of time in the prop room on the upper level of the sound stage. Perhaps it's time someone found out why she always keeps it locked.
I heard she
One other
eats
thing.
Taco Bell in
In
there.
his letter, why did George...
I think you were from Australia?
Huh?
Okay, that wasn't wrong.
accuse you of lying.
I've invested every cent.
And we got a raid from Pixie Fox Bear. Oh my gosh. Prickly, welcome on in. Alright. Let's welcome on in, Prickly, and welcome on in Prickly's community. Okay. Alright, Prickly Fox Bear. Let's finish this scene and then I'll do a proper raid. We'll do a proper raid for you. Let me just
Yikes, what's all this?
Alright, we're gonna save real quick. We're gonna quit. We're gonna quit again. And then we're going to go to the screen, the proper screen. Hang tight. Hang tight. Welcome on in, Prickly Fox Bear. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope that you are having a wonderful night. What were you last playing? You were last playing We Were Here. I've never heard of We Were Here, but it sounds like a very interesting game. How are you, Prickly? How are you? How's it going? For those of you that are here, I'm Italian Gamer Joe, your new favorite Italian streamer. And Prickly Fox Bear and I actually started streaming at around the same time, so I've known Prickly Fox Bear for as long as I've been streaming. Prickly, you're an amazing streamer, and I've always had so much fun in your streams. I've seen Prickly stream like Metroid. I've seen him stream RPGs that I've never heard of. I've seen Prickly stream like so many games. He streams a lot of variety. And he's always a blast to hang out with. And it's not even that. I've seen him do like baking streams, all kinds of cool content. Prickly's a really awesome person, and he's a great streamer, and his community is so much fun to hang out with. I discovered Buttspot from him. I always like, when everyone asks about Buttspot, I'm like, I found Buttspot from Prickly Fox Bear. Go follow him. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid, Prickly. Thank you for bringing your community here to hang out with me. It's always so nice to hang out with you and your community. Welcome on in, Ferret, and Grendel.wolf, and Redbeard. Can we get a shout out to Mr. Redbeard as well? Welcome on in, a basic dog. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. It's so nice to hang out with all of you. Please go give Prickly Fox Bear a follow. Can we get one more shout out for Prickly Fox Bear? Once again, he's an awesome streamer. His content is so much fun, and he's a very community oriented streamer. He is all about making friends and having fun, so definitely go check out Prickly. LGBT safe space, just an overall awesome streamer, and it's always a good time hanging out with Prickly. Also, so for those of you who don't know me, like I said before, I'm Italian Gamer Joe. I stream a variety of games, but lately I play Nancy Drew exclusively. I love playing the Nancy Drew games. I've been playing them since 2003 when I was in 3rd grade. There's 33 Nancy Drew games, and I've been playing them like over the years. Nancy Drew games are like a big part of my childhood and teenage and young adult years, and being able to go back and play them as a young adult is really a cool experience for me. They are adventure puzzle games, and I love getting the opportunity to just jump back into them and just have a really good time. The Nancy Drew community is also like humongous, and it's a very diverse community with lots of LGBT folks and lots of LGBT individuals, so it's a really cool safe space as well. We're all just a bunch of adventure game nerds, and we just love to have fun. Lots of allies as well. It's a really cool, awesome place to be, and I love being a part of the Nancy Drew community. She Heaps, welcome on in. She Heaps says, I listen to the Nancy Drew soundtracks all the time when working. Love the games. She Heaps. I don't know if Gooba and Jetpack are still here, but you should consider checking out Gooba and Jetpack, their YouTube channel, because they create Nancy Drew playlists. If you go to Gooba and Jetpack's YouTube channel, they have Nancy Drew playlists that are not just the games, but also like similar songs that sound similar to Nancy Drew, and then they also have like ambient soundtracks where they record music and ambiance from the games, and you can listen to them on repeat. Gooba and Jetpack do some amazing Nancy Drew auditory like ASMR for Nancy Drew games. So if you're looking for like ASMR Nancy Drew, where they go in and they like record some songs, and then they record some like ambient environments, and it just sounds beautiful. My favorite Gooba and Jetpack music like from YouTube is their Creature of Kapu Cave video. You hear the beach in the game, and then you hear the Creature Kapu Cave music, but then I think they go into Big Island Mike's hut, and you hear the fan, and you hear like the lobby, and it's so chill. It's one of my favorite videos on YouTube. I think I've listened to it like 10 to 15 times already on repeat, where it's just the beach waves and the Big Island Mike like stuff. It's so funny. Absolutely. But yeah, I play Nancy Drew games exclusively, but I also play adventure games. I recently streamed and completed all of the Nancy Drew games. So now that I'm done with them, my plan is to jump into some variety again and do more like other adventure games outside the realm of Nancy Drew. So I'll be doing like Monkey Island, Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, Paradise Killer, some indie adventure games like 2064 Read Only Memories, Coffee Talk, maybe some Zelda. I'm thinking about replaying all the Zelda games, some community nights like Kokoro or What the Dub. Tina, I know you love Ace Attorney, and Tina, I feel so bad because I know you're playing the prequel, and Tina, I feel really bad because I want to go into your channel and watch your streams when you stream Ace Attorney, but I'm refusing to go into it because it's spoiler territory, and I don't want to get spoiled. Every time an Ace Attorney game comes out, I try to avoid all spoilers as much as possible because Ace Attorney is so much fun. I don't want to get it spoiled for myself. Ace Attorney is like watching a Netflix show. It's like so good. She Peeps says, I'm bummed. I wanted to work for her for years. I live near where their studio is, but I don't think they're fully functioning anymore as a studio. Tina says, yeah, it's better to come in with a clear mind. Yeah, Tina. And don't get me wrong, Tina, I love going to your streams and I love working, but unfortunately, I when you play Ace Attorney, I can't. I don't want to spoil it for myself. But how are you enjoying it? Do you like it, Tina? For those of you that are here, please also give Tina Balducci a follow. She's an amazing Nancy Drew streamer, and her content is amazing. Shout out to any Canadian or French Canadian streamers out there. Tina is a French Canadian streamer that also plays Nancy Drew and Ace Attorney. Her content's great. But yeah, She Heaps. When I was growing up, She Heaps, I would read the Amateur Sleuth blog, which is the Her Interactive official blog, and Kalina, aka Story Retold, she is a Nancy Drew superfan and former employee of Her Interactive, and I would read her blog posts all the time, and I would like have dreams about like wanting to work at Her Interactive. Like, it's partially the reason why I went into computer science and went into like game development as like a side hobby, because I had like this weird like fantasy of wanting to work for Her Interactive and like moving to Seattle and being like, here's my resume. The Her Interactive team just always seemed like a very like inclusive, safe space, I guess, and like it just seemed like a place where like real engaging content could be made. I mean, some of those games are just amazing, and some of the writing is just amazing. Yeah, Sparkly with a raid. Oh my gosh, we're getting another raid. All right, let's do a dance. Welcome on in, Sparkly Kiss, and welcome on in, Sparkly's community. It is I, Italian Gamer Joe, your favorite Italian streamer. I hope you're having a wonderful night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, whenever you are, however you happen to be here tonight. I was just here from a Prickly Fox Bear raid, and I will reintroduce myself again. I'm Italian Gamer Joe. I'm an adventure game streamer. Thank you so much for the follow, T-Doodle. Welcome to the Italian Gamer Joe channel. Mwah. I stream a variety of games, but very specifically, I stream Nancy Drew games. So if you are a fan of Nancy Drew games, then feel free to come on in and join the community. If you're new to Nancy Drew games, no worries, come on in. I would love to get you into the games as well, because I love the games, and it's always so fun to get new people into the community and learning more about these awesome games. They're very inclusive games, they're a lot of fun, and they're just good mystery puzzle solving adventures. Sparkly, how's your night going? What were you playing? Slime Rancher. Oh, nice. Slime Rancher looks like a really chill game, and I just love little adorable slimes. Sparkly, last time I watched you playing it, you were like fighting a blue slime, and you were like, "Get away from me! Go away!" And like you shot the slime across the wall, and it just like, phew, like it just like it was right next to you. You shot it, and then just went like just like in the distance, like it went into outer space, like as far as the NASA Space Telescope that we're gonna see tomorrow when Joe Biden releases all the pictures of the NASA Space Telescope in outer space, which I cannot wait to see. But yeah, that's how far you shot it. It just went pew, like just. Sparkly's like, I'm very much into it, but I'm also stressful. We just found out about quantum ghost slimes. Oh my gosh, it gets more intense. How much more intense is it gonna get than that? I do be loving space stuff. I also be throwing the slimes away. Just into the sun. Just phew, like into outer space. For those that are here, give Sparkly Kiss a follow. They're an awesome streamer, very chill streamer. My favorite streams from Sparkly Kiss is their Pokemon. Sparkly, can you explain it? It's your Pokemon Smash or Eat. It's Smash or Eat stream, and you just put Pokemon on the screen, and you just like give it to your, like you kind of explain it to the community. You're like, all right, do we smash or do we eat? Or neither, or something like that. And it's so funny. And if you're looking for a good, like, deep philosophical conversation with Sparkly, like the questions that need to be talked about, the deepest, most philosophical video game questions you've ever wanted to think about, then go to Sparkly's community, because they do it and they do it great. And very philosophical channel, very like deep channel, and it's always a good time there. They all do. Sparkly does an amazing job. They do amazing. Sparkly's like, yeah, what if Smasher passed, but instead of smashing the stakes are steaks? Amazing. Sparkly, thank you so much again for the raid and for bringing your community here, and I hope you have a great night. We're playing Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses, which is a spin-off of the Nancy Drew adventure games. They're hidden object games, which are a whole lot of fun, and they function similarly to the first-person 3D point-and-click games, but they're more like arcade heavy. So they're more like addicting in a smaller way. Sparkly's like, I appreciate it. I really do just be making stuff up as I go. You're too nice. Unpopular take, the Dossier's own, and they should make more of those. Oh, I agree with you, Sparkly. I agree. I completely agree with you. Ship of Shadows not being released was a really big disappointment to me, and I think it would have made a great game. I really do wish that Her Interactive considers bringing back the Dossiers. I know that it's not the adventure games, but they're still fun. And I think it would be really cool if they made the Dossiers like mobile. I would love to see a mobile touchscreen version of them. Sparkly says, I would love a crew story. That's the main mystery style we're missing out on. Really, I agree with you. Tina says, when is the release of the Tino Balducci spinoff? That would be so cool, Tina. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Can you imagine that? Okay, so here is how I imagine a Tino Balducci spinoff, Tina. Her Interactive has been teasing a a Nancy Drew Hardy Boys detective agency game. They've been teasing it, and I've been writing about this in the message boards like for years, even before they teased about it at Midnight in Salem. But they've been teasing about a Nancy Drew Hardy Boys detective agency spinoff. They teased about it in Midnight in Salem. My theory, my game theory, is that Her Interactive is going to release a detective agency game starring Nancy and the Hardy Boys. My guess will be that it's probably going to be a mobile game, which is, you know what, that's fine. And my theory is that Tino Balducci will be in that game as a character that will be a client, and then Nancy can go to Tino and get cases from him that she can solve, and then they can work on cases together. So I think that's my theory. My theory is that Tino will be not a playable character, but a character in the game that will give Nancy cases to work with and the Hardy Boys. And then Tino can, you know, get help from Nancy. But then in Tino Balducci's style, he'll take all the credit, but pay Nancy for the work. And then Nancy can use that money to like upgrade the agency. That is my theory. Tina's like, you lost me at mobile game. I mean, okay. Here's my extended theory. It'll be a PC game, a mobile game, and a console game. So it'll be like all the above. But like it will have some form of like, I don't think it'll be premium. I think it'll be freemium, and I think there will be in-app purchases because, you know, that's just how it be nowadays. But that's my theory. And ever since they teased about it in Midnight in Salem, I've been like, you know, like dead set that this is gonna happen. This is totally gonna happen. It has to happen. A Nancy Drew Hardy Boys detective agency, open-ended Nancy Drew game that is like all about like being open-ended and like having some form of like freemium content that's quality of life, and just a game that's just being constantly updated. That is my game theory for the future of Nancy Drew. And then I think Her Interactive is going to use that money to make more adventure games. They're going to use that money to make more adventure games. And then in the like meantime, while we're waiting for more adventure games, Her Interactive will probably end up releasing more like little side stories with the detective agency game. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Her is going to do that. And I think that's how they're going to rise up again and become like a more successful company. They're going to go all in on this like freemium Nancy Drew Genshin Impact. Yes, Guava. They're going to go all in on this like freemium like concept, and they're going to cater it towards young adults and adults that are fans of the games, and they're going to fill it with Nancy Drew references. They're going to fill it with customization. They're going to fill it with all that stuff, and then they're going to use that money to make the Nancy Drew adventure games even better. That is my game theory. And if Her Interactive, if you're listening to this, hire me as a game developer. Just kidding. Fort Nancy. I know, right? Fortnite, but it's Nancy Drew. Guava's like, what if Tino gets demoted to a janitor for a game? Sparkly's like, you play as Tino and mess up all the puzzles, and that's why Nancy struggles with some of them because of his sabotage. Oh my gosh. Imagine Nancy trying to solve like a word search, but like Tino just like gets a Sharpie and just like scribbles it all like, you know, the letters in, and Nancy's like, I can't even solve this. Tina's like, more gays, and then honestly, I really genuinely hope that we see more representation in Nancy Drew games. I think it's so important, more than ever today, that Nancy Drew games and video games in general have more representation. And I mean, and you know, like when it comes to mystery games, they also make great plot twists. Like, imagine a character that's gay, that's dating another character, but they're keeping it a secret. And then like in the middle of the Nancy Drew game, the character's like, well, you know what? The reason is not this. I didn't hate them. I loved them. I loved them so much. And then Nancy's going to be like, wait a minute. You love them? And then like imagine the plot twist where you find out the character's gay and that they secretly aren't the culprit because they were like hiding that they were in a relationship. Like that would be like the ultimate plot twist. It would be amazing. Guava, Joe, that's Legally Blonde. Well, you know, I didn't know that. Is it really? Guava's like, oh, that's actually a really cool idea. Puzzle sabotage. Nancy comes out as Ace. Oh my gosh, that'd be interesting. Guava, I thought Legally Blonde was when she asks the woman about her perm, and she's like, you couldn't have been in the shower because, you know, after a perm you can't take a shower, and it'll ruin your perm, which means that you're the murderer or something like that. And she's like, you're right, like, I didn't take a shower, I was the culprit. And then, like, she admits to it on the stand, and then she wins her first case, and all because of the perm that she, like, how she was like, you're the culprit because you didn't take a shower because you're not supposed to shower after a perm. Like, it was the stupidest, like, plot twist, but it was so funny. I thought you were talking about Selma Blair. Sparkly's like, I really do want Nancy to be Ace in those games. She reads as I can't compet Ace to me. Let George be a lesbian and Bess be bi, I beg. You just reminded me, I have to create a Legally Blonde group and watch the drag Alex and drag Alex in because she never saw the movie. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry I spoiled it. I'm really sorry I spoiled it then. It was a good movie. I think I watched it like a lot growing up. I watched the crap out of that movie. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. I like how it's a good comedy, and I like how it kind of like breaks the mold a little bit. And there's a lot, like, when it comes to, like, I don't know, it's a funny comedy, and I like how they it kind of gives me like Ace Attorney vibes a little bit, where it's like the hero is like this comedic person that, like, for its time, like this, like she like they put her in this environment that's like, you know, not exactly a place that you would see her in, but somehow she manages to like rise up and solve this like insane murder case. Sparkly says, sorry, compet means compulsory heterosexuality, straight because you're compelled to be, basically. I've never heard that before, Sparkly. I learned something new tonight. Thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna have to look more into that. Guava says, one of the witnesses is pretending to be the side guy to the defendant to make her look bad, but they get him to reveal he has a boyfriend. Wait, Guava, are you like just like, what was that comment for? Like, are you saying that should be a plot line? Maddie, how's it going? Yeah, hey Maddie, how have you been? Maddie's Redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. Oh, thanks, Guava. Sorry about that. Sorry, you know, you're right. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, so once again, Prickly Foxbear, if you're still here, thank you so much for the raid. Sparkly, thank you so much for the raid. You know, there's a lot of new terms, and yeah, no problem, Sparkly. Thank you for explaining it. And like, I try to keep up, but sometimes I just don't know, or sometimes I just I'm a little bit aloof sometimes. But I really appreciate you explaining it, and I'm always eager to learn new terms and always eager to learn new things. I'm always happy to learn new things. So thank you for explaining it. It's always fun to me it's always fascinating and fun to me to learn new things. I'm always eager for it. So Tina's like, yeah, now I remember. So I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna take a short bathroom break. All these hydration redemptions are making me run to the bathroom. So I will be back, but in the meantime, feel free to check out my Be Right Back Twitch Guru scenes, where you can watch some really funny Twitch clips of me doing some really silly things with Nancy Drew games. So I'll be right back, and when we come back, we're going to play a little bit more of Nancy Drew. Lights, camera, curses. Thanks again for the raids. Mwah. I was not expecting him to be that to happen. Oh, no. Oh my god, that dealt a fuck ton of damage. Oh my god, we defeated Headlock. Oh my god. We fucking defeated Headlock. Holy shit. And that was the trailer for Maze Runner. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, go back to being serious. Back to being serious. All right, let's see. 30 milliliters. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. And Sparkly Kiss just rated me with a party of 7. I don't know if anyone can hear the music, but I'm going to dance to the music. The music that no one can hear. Oh my god. He's turning into an asshole.
I'll go to the store and get your goddamn drain cleaner.
Fine. I'll go to the store to get your goddamn drain cleaner. Like... that should be like a quote. That should be a clip. I'll go to the store and get your goddamn drain cleaner. Oh, man. The virus is still here, though. The virus is still here, though. Act 1 night complete. Oh my god. It looks like he's going to be okay. The power's back on. Everything seems to be working now. I had no idea this virus can infect. OMG, I thought I timed it wrong. Me too! Guava, thank you so much for the victory royale. Welcome back, everybody, to Nancy Drew Lights, Camera, Curses here at the Italian Gamer Joe channel. Before we jump back into Nancy Drew, I do have one quick thing to say. Tonight's Nancy Drew game stream is brought to you by Her Interactive. You heard me right, the creator of the Nancy Drew games. Currently on the Her Interactive website, the top 9 cooking games are on sale for 30% off until July 18th. Use the code COOKOFF22 at checkout to get any of the top 9 Nancy Drew cooking games. Any of the top 9 Nancy Drew cooking games. I bet you're wondering which ones are they. Well, it's Midnight in Salem, Danger by Design, Winnings at Waverly Academy, White Wolf of Icicle Creek, Secret of Shadow Ranch, Sea of Darkness, The Silent Spy, Shadow at the Water's Edge, and finally, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. All of those games are a lot of fun. They're really cool Nancy Drew games. If you want a really fun cooking game, my personal favorite is the White Wolf of Icicle Creek. I think that one has the best cooking simulator of them all. A close second would have to be Warnings at Waverly Academy. Tina's like, oh, do we cook and eat the wolf? Only if there was a separate universe. Only in the separate universe where Ollie Randall successfully shoots the wolf. Then they'll probably cook it, but not in this universe. But yeah, please consider picking up the Nancy Drew games on the Her Interactive website. You get a free illustrated strategy guide with your purchase. You also get a full installable executable file, so feel free to save that off when you buy it on any Dropbox storage or a flash drive or whatever you use to store media. You get a full version of the game, so feel free to save off those games somewhere safe, so that way you don't have to worry. That's the nice thing about supporting the Her Interactive site. You get a full copy that you own. You don't have any DRM issues with Steam or Big Fish Games or anything. So yeah, consider consider getting the Nancy Drew games on Her Interactive. Consider getting them for a friend or a coworker or someone completely random in your life that needs more Nancy Drew in their life. It's a fantastic deal to take advantage of, and yeah, it's just a really good time. Surprise someone with the gift of Nancy Drew and cooking. Thanks again, Her Interactive, for the sponsorship. So yes, we're going to get back into Nancy Drew. Maddie Everest's re-redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. Alright, let's jump back in. I got a little more time left to play, so we're going to continue this. I've been playing this game for 7 hours. Okay.
Yikes, what's all this glass doing here? I should probably pick it up before going to the prop room.
Nancy's like, I'm gonna clean again. I'm gonna clean everything. We can't use the moop. I'm calling the mop the moop. You can't use the moop. Let a glass live, Nancy. There's an interesting color choice, but why can we look at it? Glow in the dark paint. Well, ain't that interesting. The light switch for the hall. Can we use it? Ooh, it looks like someone was in there. Nancy needs a key for the door. Kevin. Oh, not Kevin. Oh my gosh. Key in. It looks like Kevin. Kevin Tutbase. Key in Tutbase. Okay. It's stuck. I need to tab it open. Maddie's gonna make some tea. Have some fun making tea. Okay, let's see. Can we look closer at what happened? The fire axe is missing. Okay, someone is really causing havoc in this studio tonight. But who could it be? It's up to you as Nancy Drew. Bedtime. Good night, Tina. Thank you so much for coming in. Can we get another shout out for Tina? Go follow Tina. She's amazing. She's divine. Go follow her. Her content is amazing. And we all love Tina. Good night, Tina. Dynamite, welcome on in. And thank you for giving a shout out to Dynamite. Hope you're having a great night, Dynamite. How was DBD? We need to tap something open. Let's see. We need a key for the door. There's still one more hidden object we need to find. And I don't know where it is. Fun, but why was it scary? Can you elaborate on why it was scary? Alright, we found a key. And now we can go in. Oh, wait. But there's still... Oh, we can clean with this broom. Okay. I like how we get this room open, but instead of going in there, Nancy cleans first. Oh, okay. I unlocked a diary.
Uh-oh. Looks like someone beat me to the punch when it comes to investigating this prop room. Hey,
well,
what's this on the floor?
Hey! Hi! What's this on the floor? What is that? Just as I thought, the data chip is still intact. I better get a hold onto it. What is that? A memory card? I like how it says data chip on it. Data chip. I am scared of everything, LOL. I'm the worst to bring to a horror movie or haunted house, but I like to throw... Aww, Dynamite. We'll go with you. Just bring the entirety of the Italian Gamer Joe channel. Bring me, bring everyone. We'll keep you safe. We'll use we'll buy like one of those giant blankets on Amazon. Like we'll just buy the blanket that's as big as a car, and we'll be like, and then you'll hear the blanket as it slowly goes down. It's like, and then like it's this giant plush comfy blanket, and then it'll cover like the whole theater. Sparkly's like, I feel this. We can scream at our own shadows together. Glove was like, I think that makes you the most fun to go. It really does. It really does. I refuse to go to haunted houses. I hate haunted houses, but everyone always wants me to go to a haunted house.
Broke in, sure trashed the place.
I
all clean and
I hate haunted houses. His mouth is not budging. This looks like a bird belongs somewhere. A decorative urn. By the way, this sounds oddly like sexual, And this reminds me of a post on Facebook when they were talking about Stranger Things and how the Stranger Things subtitles team made the subtitles purposely sexual to be trolls. And I was like, oh my gosh, they would. It's like for Vecna, they were like, Vecna, like, sludges moistly. And I'm like, what? Vecna sludges moistly. And I'm like, talk about interesting word choice. Vecna sludges his slimy body moistly. And I'm like, what? Blue Phoenix says laser tag haunted houses are so much fun. There's laser tag haunted houses? I didn't know that, Blue Phoenix. Also, welcome on in. Spark says I sacrificed my kid cousin at a haunted Oh my gosh. Can you elaborate on that? Sparkly's like squelching was used much on that show. Yo, you're right, Sparkly. You're right. It was squelching. So you can attack the ghosts. Is there such thing as laser tag haunted houses? That sounds amazing, actually. Can you elaborate on that story, Sparkly? I really, really want to know more about why you had to sacrifice your little cousin. Okay, let's see. His mouth is not budging. Why with the packing peanuts? I think I had to clean packing peanuts like multiple times. A decorative urn, a Potter vase goes here. Okay, well that's good. A dull spear. This can't hurt anybody. An Ankh prop. A staff prop. A mummy just lying around. We'll put the mummy in there. Yes, they come out at you once and you laser tag them, they stop. Oh, that's pretty cool. So there's a little like a bug here. I forgot the name of this bug though. What's the name of the Egyptian bug? A beetle or no, it's something. I better poke it with something before I pick it up. It's not even a real snake. If something, oh, the packing peanuts. We scooped the packing peanuts. I like that word, packing peanuts, packing peanuts, packing peanuts, packing peanuts, packing peanuts. Sparkly says, one of the haunted houses was an outdoor path and we had to walk through a shed. My cousin was like 12. Her dad was like 10 years older than me and loves Halloween time. So does my sister, and they know I hated it, so they forced me to go in first with this 70-pound child into a small shed to walk through. Scarab, that's it. Oh no. So what did happen next, Sparkly? Glove was like, that's better than punching them by accident. I was gripping her shoulders for dear life and we didn't see anything through the shed tunnel, and I was like, fine, let's go. And then when I finally went in, a dude was behind us and he breathed into my ear, so I picked up little Lila and threw her at him. Oh no. What did he do? Okay, so there's another Ankh prop. A strange impression. And he caught her, broke character, and was like, yo, what the fuck? Oh man. Resourceful. Imagining like this. Okay, so this is what I'm imagining. I'm imagining like I have to use my stuff around me because I don't really. Actually, I can draw this. So like I'm imagining that Sparkly. This is I'm drawing a stick figure of you, and then you're like in shock, and you're like wah, and then I'm imagining this is like what you did to your little cousin, and they're like wee, and then this is the scary person in a costume, and they're like this is my illustration, Sparkly. This is my illustration. Can you all see it? This is my illustration of what I'm imagining right now. It's your little cousin in the air, and they are basically like they're in the air happy, and they're like wee, and then the guy's like what the fuck, and he gets hit in the face, and you just threw her like a football. Like just imagine like a football. Like how the football has like, you know how like footballs when they have a good throw, like a football has like that spiral. I'm just imagining you like throwing your cousin like a football, and your cousin was just spiraling like in the air, like, and then it just hits him in the eye, and he's like Sparkly's like, she was screaming since she had no idea what happened. She was like, my feet left the ground. And I only felt bad for 10 minutes. Glove was like, hey, Arnold-esque, right? Hey Arnold, Butt Spot, yes. There's a game called Butt Quest where you get attacked by throwing your butt spot. There's a game called Dad Quest where you get attacked by you attack by throwing your kid. Oh my gosh. Dynamite's like I scream and run all the time. Oh my gosh. I was too busy screaming and running, and then the entire place found out I was throwing kids, so they teamed up on scaring me. Of course they did. Of course they did. Maddie's Redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. After that, my cousin held on to the back of my shirt so I couldn't hide behind her anymore. That's amazing. Guava's Redemption of Stretch. Okay. I am Italian Gamer Joe, your stretching... What am I going to call this? I'm not really a yoga teacher. I'm your pretend yoga teacher. Let's do a stretch. Put your hands in the air and stretch them. I'm not going to say like you just don't care, but just put your hands in the air and just relax. Breathe in. Breathe in a little more. Breathe in a little more. And then breathe out. And now we're back to the game. Do the Wii Fit Trader's neutral special sun attack. I know, right? Amazing. Why are there so many onks in here? A bird box. Well, you go in there. Is that another snake? I should be the Wii Fit Trainer in Super Smash Bros. More often. Like, I really want to try being the Wii Fit Trainer more often. Like, I should really try that. There's special moves. The snake props. Well, you're a snake. Don't onk questions you don't have the answers to. Amazing. Amazing, Guava. How much more is there? There's something else in this box besides snakes. Can we look in there? Oh, it's a scepter. Well, we need... Nancy's like, I knew it. I knew Egyptian Drag Race was on this set. An Egyptian crown and scepter. What did we find in there? It's not mummy parts? What is it? A packing manifest? Nancy's like, there's more packing peanuts in here. I used to play Wii Fit religiously. Can we put this in here? We can't. Okay. There's something else we're missing. A packing manifest. Nancy's like, I also have these packing peanuts. Oh, we put them in there. Finally, a snack. There's nothing else to touch. What's in here? Oh, it's a crowbar. Sweet. We can use the crowbar on the crocodile. And then we put the packing manifest, and get the packing peanuts, and the packing peanuts. Packing peanuts. You just hear Nancy going like, and then Molly comes in and she's like, Nancy, are you eating the packing peanuts? And Nancy's like, no one gives me a break around here. Are you eating the packing peanuts?
You what?
One flash boom? What the
There,
hell?
all clean. Hannah would be proud.
Nancy, not only have you cleaned this place, but you like... What is it? What's a flash boom for? Like, what are we buying the flash boom for? Molly's here. Did you eat all the packing peanuts again?
What are you doing in here? And what did you do to the door?
I'm eating packing peanuts.
It
I'm
wasn't
on a
me.
break.
It was like that when I got here. Somebody must have broken in earlier tonight.
Why would somebody break in? There's nothing valuable
Right down to my...
here.
If there's nothing valuable in here...
Then what are these packing peanuts doing in here? There's so many. Why do you have an axe? Why do... Why do I smell gas? Oh. If there's nothing valuable in here, why do I smell gas? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining Molly coming in. Nancy's like, they sure are silent but deadly. Oh man, not the fart jokes. Nancy, they really don't give Nancy a break. Why do I smell gas? Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm dying laughing. Nancy needs a breath of fresh air. Oh my god. Nancy. I'm imagining Nancy like Nancy has to take a shit. Nancy needs to go to the bathroom. Nancy's trying to get out of here. She's like Nancy's like, why do I smell gas? I need to go to the bathroom. Oh my god. Intense's redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. Oh, Nancy's only here to get a fresh new shark. A start. Dynamite, she went from Nancy Drew to Nancy Blue. Badoom. Oh my god, this is the. I want to like go back now and like do a farting sound effect in my blurps, so that from now on when Nancy talks to suspects, they just fart. And Nancy's like, I gotta go. Case of the mysterious odor. Nancy's like, I think there's a bathroom. Someone keeps clogging the toilet. Nancy's like, why do I smell gas? Time to plunge the toilet again. Nancy's like, someone took the plunger. Nancy's like, the plunger's missing. The wooden part is missing. They just left the rubber piece. Nancy's like, who put the toilet seat up again? Oh man. Oh my gosh. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm crying laughing. Okay. Okay, I'm back to normal. I'm back to normal. Why do I smell gas? Okay, let's see. Why was the room locked?
Why was the room locked?
Because film crews have notoriously sticky fingers, that's why. Besides, I store flash boom in here. That's a pirate trick we use
Who
for
did
special
that?
effects.
Guava, of course you did.
Of flash boom.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't continue this. Oh my god. Okay. I think I'm done now. That's not the only. Okay, I'm back. I'm dying laughing. Nancy is probably like standing so awkwardly right now next to Molly, and Molly's just giving her this face, and Nancy is just like struggling to just leave and stop talking to Molly because she has to go to the bathroom, but she can't help but let one out. Oh my god. You all in the chat are hilarious. As if I had a choice. Oh my gosh. You guys are so funny. I saw a creative flash boom. It couldn't be closed. It was so full. These cast jokes.
It was completely empty.
That's not good. That stuff can also be used as an explosive.
Who knew it was in here?
Well, let's see.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
Everyone?
I'm crying.
I checked out the scaffolding. I found
everything, a bolt that was shaved off, a little bit of country, and a little bit of rock and roll. A matchbook smoothie from Cospa. The bolt from...
I found a bolt that was shaved off and a bead from Ida's costume.
Shaved off? If the scaffolding collapsed because someone tampered with the bolts, that means these accidents aren't accidents at all.
Nancy's gotta go. She's like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
She has the mental capacity of a grapefruit.
Nancy's like, get me out of here.
The security camera too, or tried to. The chip that was inside the camera.
Was Molly standing on the ladder before she... You know what, I'm gonna stop. The chip was inside the camera is... It needs a little duct tape. No,
The chip was still intact. Is the editing room here equipped to play back video that was recorded digitally?
Oh man, I'm crying.
I need to see what's on that chip. It could give us a look at our burglar.
The editing room's all yours. Just be sure to check out Ida's locker when you're done. She might be a better actress than I thought.
This is officially my new favorite Nancy Drew game, all because of that. Do you smell gas? This is my new official favorite Nancy Drew game. Imagine trying to get through this conversation while holding in a 4-moment movement butt symphony. Oh my god. This is my new favorite Nancy Drew game. Just because of that cutscene where they're just sitting around farting at each other. Oh my gosh. New favorite Nancy Drew game right here. Believe me, when I stream the podcast review of this, there will be fart jokes. There will be fart jokes. Oh my god. This fart joke made my night. Made my night. Okay, let's see. You're there. Okay. The 250 was not there. Oh, no, it was that one. Oh, almost got it. Darn it. It sounds like a SpongeBob episode. It's a dialect. Oh my gosh. We're super close to getting the detective ranking. Wow. This is now Five Nights at Freddy's. Nancy's like, where am I? How did I get in here? Is this a security booth? Nancy's like, are there animatronics? Is there a mummy animatronic that I have to watch? Nancy's like, this isn't good. Is there a bathroom in here? Nancy's like, I need a bathroom. I need a bathroom right now. Do you smell gas in here? Yeah, the parallax is really cool. I do like the parallax. Alright, but I think this is a good time to quit. But before I quit, so notice how we unlocked a new minigame, which is right here. We unlocked the smoothie making. And there's still 2 more minigames you have to unlock. So I'm really excited to try those minigames. So far, I'm really liking this Nancy Drew game. I think it's really fun, and I'm loving it. I am loving this Nancy Drew game so far. I've put in 8 hours into this game so far, and I gotta say, for the 8 hours that I've put in, it's a blast. It is so much fun. I've put in 8 hours. It's... Talk about like a really, really good game. Just a really fantastic Nancy Drew game. With a lot of passion in it. So I'm gonna start out by saying thank you everyone that came in tonight to play this Nancy Drew game with me. It's been a blast. I've had so much fun here tonight. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the support. This has been a really fun part 2 for a Nancy Drew game, and we made some good progress. We're making really good progress. So I'm really happy that we got the chance to do this tonight. Before I go, I'm gonna just check to see who's still streaming right now. I think Mitra is playing Warnings at Waverly Academy, so I think I'm gonna raid Mitra. Mitra is a moderator in my channel, and she is also a huge Nancy Drew game fan. So we're gonna go ahead and hang out with Mitra and see what she's up to. And yeah, we're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun with Mitra. So let me go ahead and do that really fast. Mitra is an awesome Nancy Drew game streamer. She's doing a Nancy Drew game raid, marathon I should say, and she plays a bunch of games, but she plays the Nancy Drew games. She's a big fan, and she's really fun to hang out with and talk to. I love her channel. I love her content. She's a great friend. And let's go bring the gas over to Mitra. Let's go bring the gas over to Mitra. But once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming in. Feel free to hang out on the Discord if you want more Italian Gamer Joe content. Also check out the YouTube channel, the Spotify for the podcast, and much, much more. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out with me. It's been so much fun. Let's go hang out with the Mitra and go check out Nancy Drew Warnings at Waverly Academy. Good night, everybody, and see you all next time. Italian Gamer Joe is signing off.